Hey everybody, Rob Childs here out at the beautiful Castle Tigris property again. This weekend I'm out here on my own. I'm going to be with my trusty sidekick here grinding out all of the stumps that we have cut down from either the previous logging that was done or some of the logging that we've done in order to gather the cedars for the cabin build that's happening not too far in the distant future. Going to be out here doing all of this for the purposes of clearing these campsites, so that way those folks that are coming out here for, say, example, the Castle Tigris training weekend, which is going to be the first weekend of October in 2025, as primarily so that way I can get all of my fellow Tiger peeps out here in order to be able to refresh the knowledge and give them some tips and tactics on things that they're still working on. But also, too, it's open to anybody else who wants to come out here as well in order to see and have an opportunity to train with me to see how I do the things I do and why I do the things I do. That is going to be, again, first weekend of October, so feel free to come on out and keep your eyes peeled on the Facebook page for that in order to sign up. We've also got a reenactment event coming out here in August, and that's going to be about 250, 300 people. So again, me and the trusty sidekick are going to be spending the entire weekend doing nothing but grinding stumps in order to make sure that all those campsites are nice and clear. So by the time everything is said and done, we'll see if I can still feel my hands, but time will tell. So on a Friday not too long ago, I get a notification on my phone from the security system that we have here at the property saying that there were vehicles and people on our land that were not supposed to be there. So I immediately dropped everything I was doing, jumped into my truck, and motored on over here to find out that it wasn't actually intruders per se, but it was instead a rancher who had access to the lock on the front gate because there's an access to SPI land that is right up along the border of our property. So it turns out he took a wrong turn and he ended up on our property instead of where he was supposed to be. But he said he saw all the cameras and realized right away that he was in the wrong place. So he left, but by the time I got here, I saw them and I went over and introduced myself and talked to them. And it turns out that, well, apparently he's got a contract with SPI that allows him to graze cattle on that land. So he keeps it on there and they just sort of free range around it. And he was here putting up, this right here, he was putting up barbed wire fencing. And he was putting it up all along the border between our land and the SPI land. He then asked, he said, "Hey, you don't mind, do you?" And I was like, "What, you putting up free fencing along the border of our property? Absolutely not. Knock yourself out. Go all the way around if you want to." So, yeah, so it ended up, it was kind of a long drive for me, but I got to spend a little bit more time on the property that day, got to meet a couple more people, and, well, got the pleasant surprise to find out that, hey, we got some free fencing. So all in all, a pretty productive day. So I set out initially in order to knock out those stumps in the camping areas. Me and the trusty stump grinder there were able to knock that out. Didn't take really more than a half a day in order to get through everything that I needed to in those areas. So then I moved on into moving logs out of the back of the battlefield. We had some dead trees back there. I cut those down on an earlier visit, and so I took the grapple on the tractor and moved those up. Also, too, went around and cleared out a little bit of the area out of the Hobbit village. Since we haven't been down there and there's nothing really going on at this moment in time, I wanted to make sure that the deadfall that had fallen across the lane there was out of there. That's been cleared out. So also, too, was able to get some video content done, not just for this Castle update video here, but also, too, for some of the Patreon folks. They had some questions on some lessons that they wanted to see me do, and one of them, well, why not do it here? You know, I didn't need swords, and I can't think of a better place to do that than my favorite place here at Castle Tigris. So keep an eye out for those videos, and, well, tomorrow is a new day. I'm going to probably be cutting down some trees. There's still a couple of dead trees that need to come down. I brought down one that was leaning precariously in the direction of our solar panels out there that powers the well, so I decided to go ahead and bring that bad boy down. And otherwise, probably going to go into the back battlefield area and some of the others in order to bring down those trees. I really, really want to get started on that cabin. I've got the first 2 layers of logs on there, but I have to be patient because I'm bringing my JROTC cadets out here, and they're going to be the ones who get to do the final assembly of all of that. But looking forward to seeing the final results of that. The whole frame should be done by the time of that camping trip weekend with those cadets is finished. And looking forward to seeing the final product on that, the first actual structure that wasn't really prefabbed that we've got here on the castle property. So that's it for now. That's the update. I'm racking out now in the loft of our shed here at the Castle Tigris property, and I'll be getting back at it early in the morning.